Alright, y'all, what's up? It's Drifter from Team Legacy, man. I don't normally do videos like this, saying, oh, best car to use, buy this car, etc., etc. But I figured I'd go ahead and do one anyway. So, um, we're gonna watch this replay here, man, of the World Touring Car 800 on Dragon Trail, Seaside Reverse, man. Like, a lot of people that run this course, like, they know that this course is kind of a pain to, run. It has a chicane or a set of corners, that's a lot of people, I guess, don't really care too much about. But I'm using the Mitsubishi GTO twin turbo, man. And this car right now, man, it's kind of my bread and butter, man, for races that are in the 800 performance peak class and the under 700. Little sideways drift right there, man, passing in between two cars, man. Nice move. I'll show you the setup I have on this car. Basically, when you get it, man, just buy everything for it. That would be, my tip for you right there. A little sideways action coming through that corner, man. This car is amazing, man, and like, this setup I have on this car makes it incredibly stable, easy to drive, and it just makes these 10-lap performance peak races, man. I don't want to say it makes them easy, but definitely makes them easier. On this race, yeah, having to pit twice, just going in and getting fuel. That's pretty much it, because it is kind of rough on the gas, man. So like, most of the time you're only able to get maybe like 4 laps out of it before going into the pit. There, I have found some races where you can squeeze 5 out of it, but even still, like, still able to win with no problem. I might change the livery on the car, I don't know, man. I mean, this is the livery of the guy that I actually got the idea from of using this car, and he said he used it in just about most of the races in the game, man. And I can see why, man. Like, with this car fully built, even when you run it in the under 700 performance peak classes, man, it dominates. Man, let me just point out, man, this game is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I don't care what a lot of people say about this game. Yes, there's a lot of things missing. There's a lot of things that could be added that this game could use. I've talked multiple times about the roulette ticket system. Not happy about it. I definitely messed up right there. Went in a little too hot, but was able to recover. Didn't lose too many positions. Thank God these races don't have time penalties, because if they did, that probably would have been a serious one. But just passing cars, man, like it's nobody's business right now. And since the previous update, man, the last update, the one we got, what, like a couple of weeks ago, or a week, just over a week ago, man, the 1.13, I've seen a lot of people, it's kind of got like a love-hate situation with it. I actually like it because the cars handle, like, I guess like they should now, like you're able to drive without the stability on, or the traction control on, man, with most cars, and like actually be able to manage them and keep them on the track. So it does make the game a lot funner. It makes the drifting a lot easier. So like the people that are having issues, like after that update, I would just say, man, like try taking the assist off. On like a lot of the cars, man, you'll be surprised how much faster you'll be. Yes, you'll still have to manage your throttle, and not like fully, stomp the accelerator coming out of a corner, but it definitely does make your times and stuff like that a lot faster, man. Like, I went back, did some of the challenges, did some of the license tests, and was able to get better times, man, like since the update. So definitely an improvement in my opinion. But also see a lot of people complaining about the amount of cars that are in this game. Yes, that is a huge issue, because I do have just over 200 cars, and a lot of them I don't drive. And like there's a lot of cars that should be in this game. Like people were saying, more muscle cars messed up again in that corner. That corner was kicking my ass this race. But there's a lot of JDM cars too, man, that aren't in the game, man. Like, there's no Mitsubishi Eclipses in the game. There is quite a bit of Lexus missing out of the game. The Toyota Altezza which might as well be a Lexus because it's basically the same car as the IS300. The LFA, the SC300, like I said, the Mazda Speedline is missing from the game. Volvo, not even in the game. Lotus, not even in the game. The brand new, what is it, 2019, 2020 Corvette, man, the mid-range one. They could put the GR Yaris in the game, and this game came out in 2022, but yet we don't have a lot of newer vehicles in the game, you know. So like, definitely, you know, would like to see some of these newer cars, man. Just plow right into the back of that Skyline, man. Like, get the fuck out my way, bro. But you know, hopefully they'll add them into the game, man. The Suzuki Escato I would like to see return. There were some like different variations of Skylines, man, like the Mines Lancer Evolution is not in the game. The Nismo 400R, the Suzuki Escato, if I didn't say that already. The Ariel Atom could be added into the game, and the Ariel Nomad, you know, like if they add more dirt races, which hopefully they do. Was kind of surprised when they get a patch this past week. Not sure if we're even getting one this week. I haven't seen anything, you know, posted about it or anything like that, but hopefully the next patch, you know, like they'll bring a decent amount of cars and stuff like that, man, and just keep everything else as is right now, man. Like, I've seen people complaining about online lobbies, you know, obviously fix that. I don't do a whole lot of online racing. Maybe if I do, nice little skid right there, you know, maybe with people that I know, but trying to find people to race you that you do know, I mean, it's kind of a challenge, or, you know, like they don't want to race you or whatever like that, but it is what it is, you know. But like I said, man, absolutely loving the Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo, man. Like, this car it's an amazing car, man. The fact that you can run it in these races is just over 700 performance when it's maxed out. This is the 800 performance race, and, you know, basically making it look like a cakewalk. I mean, obviously, you know, like, you could, if you wanted to go a little bit easier, definitely messed up right there. That was probably one of my worst laps. You know, if you wanted to make it easier, you could just look up the glitch or the tuning glitch for the Dodge Tomahawk and run all these races with that. You know, and you would definitely, so this must be lap 4, first pitting lap here. Just going in, topping up. You know, and absolutely decimate your opponents. This here, a little bit more of a challenge. Yes, it makes it easy, but I don't like to use the same, I mean, I don't want to say the same car, because obviously I've used this car right here for about 4 or 5 races now, man, you know, within the under 700 to 800 performance peak or whatever like that, PP, and it has had, you know, it's had no problem winning. Ferrari right there in the background. Let's hide that replay menu, man. Like, just give y'all just a straight up screen right here, the replay. Man, like, the graphics on this game, man, like, you know, like, if you watching it like this, if it didn't say Gran Turismo 7 in the bottom screen, you would think you were watching a live race on television, man. Like, the immersion in this game is just amazing. Like, one thing I would love them to add, I don't even know if it would be possible, but you know how they have, you know, the different weather effects. They put so much time and effort to getting the climates and the clouds and, you know, atmosphere and stuff or whatever right for each location. Like, if they could figure out a way to put seasons into this game, you know, maybe tie with like what the seasons are in real life. So let's say, you know, summer, winter, fall, you know, spring or whatever like that. You know, that would be really interesting, man, and it would add just longevity to the race, you know. So like right now, obviously, you know, it would look correct because everything is green, you know, and stuff like that. And then when fall hits, you know, like you get that more, you know, like wet, rainy season, you know, but the leaves are changing colors, etc. You know, and then winter in areas where there would be snow, man, like let there be snow, you know, like, I mean, hell, add freaking like snow tires or something like that, you know what I mean? Or it would like I said, it would definitely be more interesting, you know. I have mentioned something, you know, about wanting them to add, you know, a little bit interior customization. You know, it's like when you put that hydraulic handbrake in there, you should be able to see it. It would be cool, you know, to maybe do like custom gauges or have just different gauges. I know that would be hard with the amount of cars this game has, but something simple, you know, maybe would just be like being able to change the steering wheel out and the seats. Like I feel like that wouldn't be too hard because it wouldn't like drastically change how the interior of the car looked. Like custom gauges obviously would be harder because each car has a different, you know, custom gauge cluster, but steering wheels and racing seats obviously, you know, wouldn't be too difficult. I mean, they put in the roll cages and stuff like that, so maybe that could be something we would see in the future that would be extremely dope. I mean, let me know what y'all think. Like I said, man, roulette tickets though, absolute trash, man. Like I absolutely hate them. The fact that you have to get engine swaps, you know, the bigger turbos, the titanium rods and pistons or whatever they're called. You know, even some of the weight reductions, man. The bore up for certain cars through roulette tickets. The bore up is the only thing that I've gotten from a roulette ticket that you could not buy, man. That was for, I believe, the 2002 Honda NSX. But definitely interesting, man. Like if y'all want a good solid car, man, to run these races with, use the GTO, man. That's all I can say. Like, I mean, like I said, I really don't normally do these videos, but I guess you could call this the Mitsubishi GTO review. I mean, the car is a beast, man. And like, you know, like if they do add the Mitsubishi Eclipse into the game, especially the DSM models, man. So I guess like the Gen 1, Gen 2, you know, back when they were partnered with Chrysler. The Gen 3 they can leave out. Not a huge fan of that one. The Gen 4 they can put in here. My buddy actually has one. And I do plan on getting one and building it. Hopefully, you know, be able to get some stuff done within the next year or two, man. Hopefully have the car, you know, and some decent work done to it by then. Nice little slide right there. Now the guy that did the tune on his Mitsubishi, he actually had his front just a tad bit lower than mine. I think he had his at 100. I think mine's at 105 maybe. Or it could be 100 in the front and then 105 in the back. I'm not quite sure, but like I said, I'll show y'all the tune after this replay right here with this car. And like I wish they would actually add like legitimate wide body kits. Like the only car I've actually seen so far that has a legitimate wide body kit is the 8086 Corolla. And I'm guessing that's to play part, you know, with like that Jiro Yoshihara, man. I think he has some help in the development with this game. I could be wrong on that, but it is the wide body kit that he has on his 88.6 in real life. And the fact that his drift car is in his game, that would be another interesting thing too, man. Like to see them add like some more licensed drift cars into the game, you know, from some different professional drifters would be interesting. But definitely, you know, wanting to get some engine swaps. You know, hopefully they'll add more ways to make roulette tickets, you know, and they could add more missions to the cafe, you know, like especially, you know, if they just come out with a huge update that adds a decent amount of cars, you know. I'm not holding my breath on it, you know, like people were saying, you know, GT Sport didn't have that many cars when it came out. The first update only added, you know, maybe 3 or 4 cars, and then the next one, you know, added a decent amount after that, so there's always hope for that. And I'm so glad, man, that they came out with a Gran Turismo game where every single car sounds different. That's definitely a plus right there. When you had the cars turbo, when you had and stuff like that, each turbo for each car sounds different. Like when you let off, and you hear that blow off valve, or the wastegate or whatever like that. So this is lap 8 right here, so only 2 more laps after this. Going back out onto the track, I was in second place right here after that pit stop, man. But once I finally get around this dude, man, like I just take him to Gapplebee's, man. Just straight got busters on him. Flashing the lights, letting him know I'm passing. But obviously it's the AI, he really don't give two shits. He kind of clipped me right there, man. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gone. Dropping the hammer. Peace out, bro. Ran off the course a little bit right there. No biggie. This location, man, is absolutely gorgeous, man. Like with the mountains in the background on one side. I believe you have the ocean on the other. And it's like watching the replays like this, man, like the race replays, like you can appreciate like the track, the stuff in the distance. Because when you're racing, you're not really focusing on that, you're focusing on the course itself, so. Man, just absolutely, look at the brakes glowing, man. Like the attention to detail from Polyphony, man, it's crazy. Nice little fire spit right there from the exhaust. Now with this setup right here, I believe this is the fully tuned one, man. This is the 800 deal, so it's at 715. For the under 700, what you'll be doing is basically removing some parts, turning the analog completely off, and it'll get that car to the under 700 performance or whatever. Helicopter flying in the background right there. Another thing that would be cool, man, like if they came up with maybe a NASCAR update, man. Like I know in the past, Gran Turismo has had NASCAR in it, like certain licensed drivers and stuff like that. They have Daytona. They could add a decent amount of the NASCAR tracks, I feel like. That'd be pretty cool. Ran off again right there, man. Like I said, that corner was my worst nightmare in this race. Definitely need to improve on that. But there's some dodges that are missing in this game, man. Like there's no Hellcat Challenger, no Demon or anything like that. They do have the Hellcat Charger in here. The Dodge Neon, man, like that's not in here. There's some Plymouths that they could have put in here, like the Plymouth Prowler. The PT Cruiser, I know a lot of people hate that car, but just to add different variety to the game, man. Like honestly, I would like to see some different mini trucks, man. Like add the Chevy S10 or the S10 Extreme, the Ford Lightning, just different stuff, man, to just span on the amount of vehicles that are in the game, And let me know what y'all thought about the last 3 cars, man, that they added into the game. I did get the BRZ, didn't get the race version, but I definitely bought the Suzuki Cappuccino. Definitely messed up right there. But the Cappuccino, man, like for as little horsepower as that car has, man, like I feel like you could probably run a 700 performance peak race with it and probably be just fine. But anyway, that was the checker flag right there, so I'm gonna show y'all the setup that I run on this car, man. So basically, with it being fully tuned or whatever like that, it has all the performance parts on it. There's a little bit of tuning that I did, sitting at 1.4 mil, man, just from rerunning all these races with the GTO, man. It's kind of crazy. And I need to check the oil on this car as well, man. So let's go into the garage here. I'll show y'all the tuning, then I'll show y'all what y'all have to basically take off of the car to get it back, or to get it below that 700. And yeah, the oil is at normal, so could still get a few races out of it, but I do like to change it at that setting or whatever like that. So basically the ride height, I could lower the front a little bit more. I seen dude had his at 100 and then the rear at 105. Anti-roll bars at 5, that's at 40. Now for this right here, man, like the fully customized differential, I have the initial torque at 5, and then the acceleration sensitivity and braking sensitivity at 60. And then for the torque vectoring center differential, I have that at 50-50, man, which you could kind of call overkill, you know, but you're getting like that power and the acceleration equal on like all of the tires or whatever like that. I did change the transmission, put that at 310. That's basically the only thing I changed, other than the negative camber. I have one in the front, toe angle, all that's at 0 or whatever, you know. And then basically for the, like I said, the 700 tune, all the performance parts. So like if you want to get it below the 700, what you're going to do is just turn that off. Normal intercooler, normal air filter, the muffler you can leave on, everything else like that, boom, take off, and it's at 697. Now the guy I watched do the tuning video, he had it as a 699, but he had some different settings on his car. And he also had the hydraulic handbrake on his car, which I thought was a little bit weird, but it is what it is. I do have the brake controller, and I have it one towards the front, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, man, I mean, like I said, yo, like the Mitsubishi, man, like the GTO twin turbo, man, is definitely a decent car. It makes those races like a lot easier, man, to like win, yo. Like I'll show you some of the races that I ran with this, you know, and whatnot, yo. So like some of the US ones right now, I'm working on the Europe. I haven't done any of the Asian races, but let's see, I believe I did yeah, the Laguna Seca, which I struggled on, was able to win that, no problem. I don't think I did that one. Let's see here, man, like Trout Mountain, wasn't that one. And then Daytona, which was one, the touring car 800, which was one that I was struggling with, man, and like with pretty much any car, man, like trying to keep up with the AI and stuff like that. Did this one, no problem. Let's see here, this one right here, again, like no problem. I could go back and run the 800, but I'm like, why does the 800 pay less? I mean, I get it's 5 laps, that one's 30 minutes, but I mean, like, honestly, that should at least be 250K. So we'll definitely go back, try to run that. Brands Hatch, like, absolutely crush that. I cannot run it in a GT Cup because obviously you need a GT car, but I feel like if I could, I mean, I can't get it below 630, but it would probably absolutely crush that as well. The Circuit that Spy, I haven't ran any of those because the performance peak is too low. I could run the hour-long one, but I don't feel like running a race for an hour-long. Deep Forest, don't think I might have. Yeah, I think I did do the Deep Forest. So like won that, won this one as well. Absolutely no issues with those two races. And then like this one right here, I think was the last one that I just did. Oh no, actually both the Dragon Tail ones. So like both of these races, no issues. But yeah, man, that's the Pontiac GTO twin turbo review, man. Like I would highly recommend this car. If you have it, build it and run it. You know, like if you want to have, you know, a fun experience with those races, man, in a car that's just gonna make it a little bit more easier to win or whatever, man. So anyway, let me know what y'all think, man, about what I talked about in the video. If you liked it, if you found it helpful, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know if you want me to review any other cars. Let me know what cars y'all would like to see in the game, because I've seen a lot of people also complaining that there's like a lot of Hondas that aren't in this game, and I do agree, man. Like, add more muscle cars, add more JDM cars. I mean, there's a lot that they could add. But anyway, peace out.